ESPN list, and we'll just kind of discuss the players they had and where they rank on our list. Um, Hopefully it's not drastically different, but my list is always going to be a little bit sideways, just because I'm like that. So, let's get into the top five.
Dude, that's pause, man. Hold on, the pause.
Let the listeners know which list you're talking about, Robs.
It's the ESPN top 25 under
This
25.
guy said he's always a little bit sideways, man.
Sorry for those of you that didn't hear me the first time, but it is the ESPN top 25 under 25 NBA list, in which they basically use they make a list of all the top prospects under the age of 25 going into the next season. We like to believe that they heavily base it on potential, whereas our lists are based on other variables and factors. Me specifically, I did use potential as a factor, but I heavily weighted on what you've already done and what I can forecast. What can I forecast for? Like, what are you anticipate? What am I anticipating you doing the next season or the next two seasons? Right? Are you improvement? Are you staying? Are you improving? Are you staying stagnant? Like, I considered a lot of things in my list. So I guess that's something I probably should have clarified before. But do you guys have any criteria you want to clarify before we dig in?
Yeah, for me, I'm going both ways. Like I can look at potential, but there's bare amounts of potential and it's never realized. So for me, I gotta factor most of it towards what you've done so far, and then I'll look at okay, how can you project forward? But there's no way am I gonna have some mans who just shown some flashes high up on my list. Like to start off, Chris, go ahead. Still clarify it too.
I'm more on the 50-50 in terms of potential and what you've already done, because I think that's the whole point of a list when you're talking about an under 25, under 25 group of classing. Like the whole point of talking about a guy under 25 is because you're saying who would you want moving forward after they hit this milestone of 25 years old, where you pretty much become the player that you are. So I wouldn't say that I have it completely in the realm of potential, but potential definitely factors a lot in my ranking as well.
I hear that. All right, so let's dig into it. All right, right off the bat, I can tell the top five is going to be interesting. So ESPN has Luka Doncic ranked number one on the list at age 22, followed by Zion Williamson, age 20, at number two. Number three, they have LaMelo Ball, 19. Number four, they have Donovan Mitchell, 24 and a half. So he's on the later end of the scale. And then number five, they have Jason Tatum, age 23. So I guess I'll just start. I had Luka number one, of course. I had Zion two. At number three, for me, I had Jason Tatum. Four, I had Booker. And five, I had Cat. So it's Jason Tatum and, sorry, De'Aaron Fox and LaMelo Ball did not make my top five. What about you guys?
I even forgot about Cat No Cap.
Is he under
How old is
25?
Cat
No,
right
he's
now?
over 25 still. He's over
Mm.
25.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Your
saying.
list is
So you have to
mashed up
take
already,
Cat off that.
Robs.
All right,
Who's that?
this
Who
is
do you have
my
after
shot.
Cat?
God,
Who do you
God.
have after Cat?
Donovan Mitchell.
Who
So
do
I
you have
guess
after Cat? Just sit
Donovan
next to
Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell.
him.
Donovan Mitchell.
For me, I think first of all, having Lamelo over Jason Tatum is just criminal to me still. Because
Facts.
I understand. This is my argument with it. Lamelo Ball has been great, but this man still played like half a season versus a man like Tatum who's 23 years old and he's all NBA and won playoff games, things of that nature. Like we can project all we want, but at some point the rubber meets the road, and we're like, okay, what have you done so far? And it's cool if you're comparing Lamelo Ball to Tyrese Halliburton, where they're both on the same scale in terms of games played, evidence shown. Not when you're talking about a man like Jason Tatum, who's been in the league. What, he's fourth year now,
Mm-hmm.
and has been steadily getting better since. So it's no slight on Lamelo. It's just it's doing too much. Like if a guy becomes an All NBA player from a top three draft pick, that's a blessing in itself,
Mm.
right? So to project Lamelo Ball over a man who we see as having potential and has already achieved those heights is nuts to me. Zion, I don't even want to know where I have Zion on this list though, because I
What?
don't have him ahead of a lot of guys low on this list. Fam, games again, same thing I'm saying. It's just on a games played thing. I'm gonna give you something off the off the fact that we're doing potential here, but that's not enough. Again, I have for me it's Doncic one, Tatum two, I have Simmons three, Bam four, and Mitchell five. My
Simmons three. Oh.
my list. You gotta show me some evidence. If you haven't shown me evidence, I can't put you above a man that has. That's it. And it's unfair, obviously, because Ball, Zion, they haven't had much of a chance to show evidence. But that's the fact of the matter. Most of what we see in those guys right now is unrealized potential, as opposed to a man like Simmons.
Simmons is the definition of nowhere else to go, fam. Like,
But yo,
so
again, that's
like
an All NBA player. That's my point.
yes, it's an All NBA player. It's a what is he? A third team All NBA? I don't. Did he even make the All NBA team last year? Yeah, he did. He did make it. I think it was like third team or second
Yeah,
team.
and
Probably
all
third team.
defense.
Fantastic. But this is the problem, right? When we're talking about top 25 again, like we can't because at that point, when you have Ben Simmons in the top five, to me, you're completely neglecting any type of potential argument. You don't even care about potential at that
No,
point
I definitely do.
because Ben Simmons has nowhere to go. The end of the road is here, fam. Boys to men
I
vibes.
disagree
This is
with
the
that.
end of the
So
road,
I
fam.
just I wouldn't say it's the end of the road. For me, it's like again, if a man like if a man like let's say De'Aaron Fox reaches All NBA, and he's sixth on this list. If a man like De'Aaron Fox reaches All NBA once in his career, that might be his biggest achievement. Ben Simmons has already done that. So yeah, I understand that his potential may be limited compared to the other guys, but what he's done is far greater. What has Zion done compared to what Ben Simmons has done in this league? It's not even close. And again, Zion has not gotten the chance to prove that, but
Yeah,
that's my point.
yeah,
That is my point, though.
yes, but like,
The
but
absence of
in the
evidence
small
is not
time,
evidence of absence. We do not know what Zion is going to do
fam.
once he gets those chances.
But
We've seen what Ben
but
can
in
do.
the little time that Zion has been in the league, he's already surpassed the markers that Ben Simmons has laid when Ben Simmons was in the league. You see what I'm saying? So like Zion made his
I disagree with
made his
that
All
still.
Star appearance. Well, at least to me, because I'm
As a
seeing a guy
rookie,
who's
because
doing.
yo, Ben Simmons was one of the best rookies of the past like 4 or 5. Because remember, in Ben Simmons' rookie year, that's when Philly became good for the first time, and he was playing
But what I'm
defense, and
saying
he
is
was
Zion's
good.
rookie year. Zion's rookie year, he was still he was doing things that hasn't been done since what? Shaq didn't even do what Zion did as a rookie when he
Are we
first
talking about
came.
this year? Because
It
like
was like
Zion
it was
played ten
like
games last year, so
no,
like
no. Last year,
he
he
played
was
20
he was
games,
the
fam.
fam. Okay, so what I'm saying is, even if you want to disqualify the rookie year, he came in this year and now he's doing something again that only three men in history has ever done. If he continues what he's doing right now, it's going to be him and Wilt Chamberlain.
Of course, if he continue, if he
Like
continues to, yo, again,
if he continues to shoot this field goal percentage with this amount of points, it's him and Wilt. That's it in the
all right. What
history of
about
NBA.
all right? What about the defensive side of the ball though?
That's something to be discussed. That's definitely something to be discussed. But it's also something to be discussed with Ben on offense.
So yo,
No, no,
Chris,
of
let's hear
course.
your
And
But
it's
top
I'm
not.
five
saying
And it's
then.
but
in your
yo, my top five is Luca number one, obviously because Luca is Luca. We understand that. Tatum is my number two, and it's mostly just because like he's a wing player who's the leading man on a team. Like you can plug that guy in anywhere. Bam is my number three.
Damn.
Four is
Why you
Booker.
argue? Why you beef on my list then? Walk on.
How many? What? Fam, Bam has more potential than Ben Simmons, and
Fam,
he's a
but
better player in
I
my
had Bam
estimation.
fourth. I had Bam fourth, fam. What do
And
you beef with me
you
for?
got him ninth
I'm
still.
beefing because it's Simmons, fam. What's Simmons doing in your top five? That guy's
Yo,
shit.
yo, here's the thing, Robs.
Like,
Start of the season, Chris would have been right there with me. Eh?
Yeah, I
but
know he
yo,
would
I
have.
didn't even finish
He
my
definitely
list.
would have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
go ahead,
fam,
go ahead, go ahead.
what do I always tell you guys, bro? You guys always want me to ignore the things that are in my face, fam. I see what I see, and then I reevaluate and adjust. I'm not gonna die on a hill when I know the hill is bad. If I see Ben Simmons is shit, all right, you
A
guys got me
couple,
hands in the air. He is shit, fam. He's shit.
good games. You're taking your
He's
belongings. You're
actually
climbing back on
shit.
that hill. Still,
Allah.
No,
yo,
I'm
finish your
not
list. Finish your
still,
list. Finish your list. Finish your list.
but nah, it goes Luca, Tatum, Bam, Booker, and then Zion. Zion's my number five, and he just has to be. He has to be number five, fam. He has to be number five. Like he's too much of a wrecking ball, right? And I've been saying this, fam. He only has 5 years, but the 5 years of Zion's prime could be stupidness.
Yo, in all honesty,
You can't guard the man,
I have him second, and I didn't really see any disputes because when I see Zion play basketball, there's not really much to discuss, to be honest.
fam. He is a wrecking
You
ball,
can't
bro.
stop him
Like the
still.
man. Fam, and if he gets any type, right now he's playing point guard. If he gets better at that, bro, I don't know what you do with a guy like Zion, bro. Because a pick and roll with Zion, and I don't know if Lonzo's going to be there, but a pick and roll initiated with Zion and Lonzo, with Zion with the ball in his hands and Lonzo continuing to hit shots, bro. Like, I, what they need to do is fix their defense, bro. Get a Brook Lopez type big to help. But then again, I don't know if Zion's going to be able to rebound. He does have to lose weight. He has a lot of question marks, but what he's shown me already, it's too much potential there. There's too much to like for me to have him not in my top
Yo,
five, and he's only 20 years old.
I, I can admit I'm wrong on that, right? I can admit I'm wrong on that still. I can admit I'm wrong on that. I don't know, man. I'll definitely have Simmons over him, but I can admit that where I have Zion is criminal still, and I'm not gonna.
All right.
So where do you have him?
I'm not saying it.
Don't tell me outside the top five, outside the top tens.
Yo, I said I'm not saying it.
You're sick. You're sick
I
if you
said
have him
I
outside the
said I'm
top ten.
wrong. I
So
said I am
it's
wrong.
actually a
I
personal
said,
All
agenda
right. So yo,
still.
I
let's move
said I'm
on with the
wrong.
next
Yo,
five then, so we can get down the list and see where Kev has Zion at. So ESPN ranked De'Aaron
I'm not
Fox.
done, man. Like I promise you.
Yo, De'Aaron